Hi, next important short notes is glycemic index from the topic of nutrition. Right? This is also repeatedly asking question. For MBBS, this is very important short notes. The name itself, glycemic index, that is carbohydrate index or glucose index like that. We have some introduction or definition points, that is we are taking so many variety of carbohydrate items, all are getting different glycemic index, having different glycemic index. So the variations in the blood glucose level, that is high glucose or low glucose, variations in the blood glucose level, high or low, after taking different carbohydrate containing foods. Okay. Second one is, in this, the observation is, if you are taking complex carbohydrate, that is starch, this is having lower glycemic index than a refined carbohydrate, that is glucose. If you are taking plain glucose, your glycemic index will be more. If you are taking complex carbohydrate like starch items, glycemic index will be low. That means they are having slower digestion and absorption of complex carbohydrate. Why the glycemic index is low? The complex carbohydrate is having slow digestion and absorption. Okay, with this they are designing one formula, that is glycemic index is equal to one test meal curve. They are drawing one curve which is divided by ingestion of the glucose. Some 100 gram starch means 100 gram glucose into 100. So percentage of this formula, right? So they are drawn one graph. In x-axis time in minutes, x-axis time in 30, 60, 90, 120, y-axis blood glucose level in milligram per deciliter, 50, 100, 150. So you are taking suppose low glycemic index level food items, your graph will be like this. That is initially on gradual rise, 30 minutes, 60 minutes it will again come to the normal, 90, 20, 120 minutes it will come to the baseline. Whereas if you are taking high glycemic index food items, initially sharp rise and then it will come to the baseline. So this graph is very important for our glycemic index, which denotes if you are taking low glycemic index carbohydrate items, what will happen? If you are taking high glycemic index carbohydrate items, what will happen? Right? So the next one is, the glycemic index of the carbohydrate is lower when it is combined with, this is additional point. If you are taking some carbohydrate items mixed with lipids, proteins or some dietary fiber, means the absorption digestion will be low and then automatically the glycemic index will be low. This is another important point. They are giving some examples for this glycemic index. This glucose, they fixed 100 out of 100. Glycemic index is 100 glucose. Then bread and rice 70 to 80, just 20 only different. Equal to glucose 20 only different, that means 80%. Carrot contains 90 to 95% of glucose. Orange and apple, you are daily taking some fruits, they are having 40 to 45, 50% of the glycemic index. Ice cream and milk, they are having low glycemic index. So if you are going any functions having ice cream, milk, there is no problem for the diabetic, because the glycemic index is very low, 35 to 40, compare with your rice 80%, right? So after the definition, you have to write the formula, you have to draw the diagram graph, then you have to mention some examples for glycemic index. Okay.